Let's talk about the compound effect. The compound effect is far and away one of my favorite success principles. Here's why I love it so much. The law in and of itself is neutral. We can compound amazing things in our life, but we can also compound things that maybe aren't so amazing. Normally we think about the compound effect in context of money, that we can accumulate interest with enough time to build great wealth, which is true. We can absolutely use it to build our great fortune. But we don't just compound money. We compound the right decisions, we compound habits, we compound in relationships. We can also compound bad habits, we can compound inaction, we can compound bad decisions. The law in and of itself is neutral, and where we are now and who we are now is simply an accumulation of the compound interest on all of the actions that we've taken up until this point, or not taken, if that's the case. And here's the great news. You can make a decision right now today to start compounding something different in your life. One of my favorite examples of this is something called the Penny Gambit. If you've read The Compound Effect, you've probably heard this story before. If I gave it away when I said the Penny Gambit, you're gonna know the answer. But if I gave you the choice between taking $3 million today and taking a penny that compounds, that doubles in value every single day for the next 31 days, which would you choose? Well, most of us, if we've heard the story before, say we know that it's the penny. And yet most of us, if we actually answer honestly, we would say that we'd probably take the $3 million. And by the way, after 5 days, when you've only accumulated 16 cents with your penny, you might look at the person who accepted $3 million and say, I think I made the wrong decision. By the way, after 10 days, when you've only accumulated $5.12, you might look at the person who took the $3 million and think that you made the wrong decision. And after 12 days, when you've only accumulated just over $5,000, you still might think you made the wrong decision. But after 31 days, when you have over $10 million compared to their $3 million, you'd know that you leverage the power of compound interest. My question is, what are you leveraging in your life? See, the challenge with success is that sometimes we fail so slowly, we feel like we're succeeding. And on the alternative, sometimes we succeed so slowly, we feel like we're failing. But if you ask me, success has a whole lot to do with when we actually judge the outcome, where we're at in the process of compounding. Because if you look at, let's take Michael Jordan, for example. If you looked at him when he first picked up a basketball, you might say he's not a success. If you looked at him when he didn't make the team when he was a sophomore in high school, you might look at him and say he's not a success. But after he won his 6th NBA championship and arguably became one of the greatest basketball players of all time, you might say he's a success. And it has everything to do with where he was at in the compound interest of his life. Success has a whole lot less to do with whether we're actually succeeding or not, and a whole lot more to do with where we're at in the journey. So I'd offer you this. If you're someone who's really working towards your goals, if you're someone who's trying to create compound interest in your life, and you're not where you want to be, and if you're moving in the right direction, I might offer you that you're not failing. And I would offer you the option that you could never fail. You absolutely can't fail. The only way to actually fail is to give up or not try at all, never really find out what you're capable of. But if you're compounding the right things and you're on the journey towards your greater vision or your greater goals, maybe you're not failing, maybe you're just in the middle of succeeding. Because success has a whole lot to do with when we time the outcome.